and my dance partner, Germaine Goodson, as the Rhythm Queens. The Rhythm Queens was an act that was created by the great Broadway choreographer Henry Latang for the Cotton Club motion picture. But for the past 35 years, the act has consisted of Germaine and Deborah Mitchell. Leonard found out about our touring, and he wanted to make sure that wherever we danced, we really were what they called a class act. And of course, that meant that our music had to be top shelf. I remember that Leonard said, let me arrange the music for you ladies so that when you go out, you really sound wonderful. So he made at least a dozen charts for us so that bands would play our music and it would always sound the same. But Leonard warned us. He said, now, Debbie, you and Germaine are dancing with Cab Calloway and the Heidi Ho Orchestra. Don't get spoiled. You're not always going to have a band like that behind you. He said, after all, they're world class and they can read any chart that's created for you. But sometimes you're going to be with maybe a retired band or, he said, so I think what you need to do to be sure your music always sounds wonderful is have it all recorded. So Leonard took Germaine and me on his day off from Black and Blue that we were performing in, and he took the Black and Blue Orchestra, yes, can you imagine? Into a recording studio in Manhattan, and we recorded in one day all of our arrangements. Oh, I know. It was amazing. All right. So he said, now, if you ever need them, you'll be all right. Well, we needed those recordings sooner than later. Germaine and I were on a ship in the Baltic Sea. And the music director of the show that was going on came to me and he says, okay, what are you young ladies doing? So I handed him our chart. He looked at the chart and the blood drained from his face. He said, who's playing this? So I said, well, we do have a recording if we need to use it. He handed it back to me. He said, use it. And he kept us always looking and sounding wonderful. So I wanted to share with you this afternoon one of the arrangements that Leonard did for us called Tap Your Troubles Away. It was one of our favorites, and I think I loved it most because in life, you always need to feel like, let me just tap my troubles away. So it gives me great pleasure to bring on stage my wonderful, loving dance partner of more than 35 years, Miss Germaine Goodson.